Alright, so today we're going to be looking at Shangri-La. Shangri-La is a map that most people would consider quite difficult to play, and a lot of people out there just don't like it, and I don't think it's a bad map by any means. I think it's definitely a hard map, and that may be the reason why people don't like it, but regardless, again, it does have quite cool stuff that is unique to the map, and I guess with Shangri-La, it was more of a refining everything that's been released so far, and showing it all in one map before they moved on to Moon, which was like a big deal. And yeah, Shangri-La did pretty much kind of bring everything that was released already together and bring some new things with it. So without further ado, let's get into it. So as always, we'll start with the additions that Shangri-La had, and this time around we had a new wonder weapon, a new equipment, and 2 new boss type zombies. Starting with the wonder weapon, you can probably see gameplay of it in the background, but that is the Shrink Ray, or the baby gun as people call it. And basically what this did was you shoot zombies with it and they would shrink, and you can run into them and just kick them and they would die immediately. I will say the Chronicles version of the gun versus the Black Ops version of the gun is very different, not in how it acts and what it does, but in terms of how good it is. If you've played the Chronicles version, you'll know what I mean, but when you kind of run at a shrunken zombie in the Chronicles version, you kind of get stuck on it a little bit, and it kind of like, it makes your character freak out basically. But with Black Ops 1, it's a lot smoother and you kind of run into them no problem. I don't know why that is in Chronicles, but it is, and it does make the gun kind of feel less effective because you just kind of get stuck. But in the original Black Ops, it was very, very good. Again, unfortunately, a gun that didn't return at any point. We only really got to use it again when Shangri-La was returning with the Chronicles DLC, and it's a shame because it's a really fun gun to use and it was quite strong as well. On top of that, another thing we had that was unique to the map in terms of weaponry was the spike moors. Now, I don't think they're in the Chronicles map. I played it a couple of times to get footage and I couldn't find them. I think they've been replaced with the trip mines. But what they would be is it's just a claymore covered in spikes, and rather than exploding, it would just shoot these spikes out the front of it and impale the zombies. So pretty cool to see, and it was really fun to use, and it was just a nice little extra thing you could do to kill some zombies. Now the monkeys from Ascension did return. They were quite different in Shangri-La than they were in Ascension. Rather than them being a boss round where they would kind of try and steal your perks, what would happen is when a power-up drops on the map on Shangri-La, a monkey will run over to it and pick it up and run away with it. While it's running away, it will constantly change, and you can kind of manipulate that to spawn what you want. But if the monkey goes too far, it obviously takes the power up with it and it despawns. But it can be annoying, especially if you find a max ammo on like the opposite side of a horde. Still, kind of preferred these monkeys over the Ascension ones. Not that they're any kind of difficult, because they're not, but I'd rather a monkey try and take my power-ups than try and rob me of my perks. So I definitely think they were unique to the map and kind of an improvement over the Ascension ones. Next up, we have the 2 boss type zombies that spawn on this map, and you have 2 options. You've got the Shrieker zombie, which basically runs at you and screams, and it disorientates you and slows you down and stuff like that. Can be quite annoying. Or the more lethal boss zombie of the 2, the Napalm zombie. Now the Napalm zombies were very strong in the original Black Ops, and I think they were slightly toned down in the Chronicles version. But essentially they would just walk and follow you by walking, and if you went too close to them or you shot them enough, they would explode, and a massive AoE explosion would happen. Do a lot of damage to zombies around you as well as yourself, and would leave a kind of pool of napalm fire on the floor that walking through would take damage, but it would also kill zombies as well. So it can kind of be used to your favour, but they're definitely more annoying than the Shriekers, and they can down you if you're not careful. They're quite lethal, and you may be surprised sometimes when you kind of see one and it kills you out of nowhere. So definitely made the tighter map a lot more intense. Other additions to the map include a trap that was a waterfall, and it wasn't really useful, but it was fun to see. There was also a kind of a maze area where you'd walk onto these pressure plates, and as you walked through it, like the path would get blocked off and it would randomly change every time. Most players, including myself, would just kind of try and skip it, or like slide jumping into the mud and not jumping over, or dolphin diving if you're playing Black Ops 1, and it just makes things a lot more convenient, but it is there. You've also got these spikes that come out the floor. They're kind of like traps as well, can kill zombies, can block you in, can get you killed, so be very careful. And the minecarts, which can be used to get from this part of the map I'm on now to the power room. So again, more traversal stuff, more traps, more zombie types to fight, a new wonder weapon, new equipment, and like I said, I think Shangri-La was mainly there to kind of show everything they'd done and added to the map in one big go before they went to Moon and added a lot more stuff to the game. Now Shangri-La is a difficult map, like I said, and there is a very notorious like training spot you can kind of do in the underground section. It takes a lot of practice to get it down, because on top of the boss zombies that spawn, it's quite a compact kind of training spot, and yeah, you will go down if you're not careful, so it takes a lot of work to kind of get used to it. It's definitely a map I've wanted to go back and try and get high round on, but I just don't really have like the willpower to do it. I don't dislike the map by any means, but every time I play it, I'll play it for like a little bit and I'm like, right, let's play a map that's kind of, that I enjoy more. Like, I don't dislike the map, I just have preferences where I prefer maps to Shangri-La. But what it does do, it does very, very well. The zombie types, the wonder weapon, the pack point is very simple again. It's just finding 2 pressure plates and opening the stairs. We have a limited time to upgrade, and it was very simple. The Easter egg, again, very complex, but very, very fun. And again, it does lead into like big story events that happen in the next map, which is Moon. And yeah, the zombies story from pretty much Shangri-La to Moon onwards really does kind of rocket in terms of what actually goes on and what happens. So there's a lot more to cover in terms of the Easter eggs following Moon, basically. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, like I said, Shangri-La was pretty much, yeah, this kind of bringing together every kind of thing they added with Black Ops 1, putting it in one map, and then ramping it up again with Moon. So I think this was kind of more of a showcase map, I would say. And it looks very, very good as well. This is obviously the Chronicles version, but even so, the original map looks really good. It was in the daytime, so it was quite different as well. It looks nice. It plays quite well, even though it is quite compact. And again, I have no real complaint with it, but people do kind of say it is one of the harder maps in the game, and to that degree, I can kind of see why, and do agree in some way. But yeah, that's going to do it. Let me know your thoughts on Shangri-La down below in the comments. Have you got a high round on it? Have you played it? Do you like it or not? Do let me know. And yeah, thank you all for coming by. Remember to leave a like on the video if you did enjoy, and subscribe for more zombies content. As always, I'll catch you in the next one.